Okay, so this is take two of this because apparently the first time I tried it, my mic wasn't recording. I'm pretty sure it is this time. God, let me check that. Yeah, okay, so it's recording this time. I recorded a 13-minute video of me talking, um, and the mic was not recording. um, so yeah, I'm gonna try and go back over it all again. So I've just finished uploading part 4 of Harmony Eclipsed to YouTube. Um, and I've mentioned in the description there, but I'm going to put it here as well, a bit of an update that we have some bad weather rolling in. And tonight, and it's kind of a double-edged sword because on the one hand, I could wind up with, a day or two extra off work this week, which obviously, first of all, I need it because I've been really burnt out, and I've been in a bit of pain as well. I've been working way too hard the last month. I work retail overnights, so it's a different kind of retail, but Starlight here can probably sympathize. Either way, uh, but also it would be very useful for recording as well. But it's bad weather, so there is a possibility that the power could go out. Um, As far as like staying warm, staying safe, things like that goes, we have a gas stove and gas heaters in the house, so we'll be able to stay warm and still cook food and stuff like that. But obviously, if the power goes out, I won't be able to upload anything or record anything. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen. Um, Another important thing that I went into in a lot of nice detail in the last time I tried this, and now I'm having to do it again, which is vaguely annoying. You would think it would make it easier, but it kind of doesn't. It just makes it harder in a way. Um, my partner has been keeping up with my videos. She's been watching them every time I upload a new one, whenever she wakes up. It's a long distance relationship, so different time zones. But she let me know for the last part 3, that she felt I was cursing a bit too much. And after some reflection, I agree. Now, I I am a kind of person, I do curse. It's just part of who I am. I practically always have. I even cursed when I was a kid. So um, I didn't have exactly a normal childhood, I guess you'd say. Um, but either way, and I do have again, a dark sense of humor, if you will. Um, so dark, not necessarily family friendly. And I do want to be genuine with this channel. I don't want to be one of those kinds of people that puts on a face or pretends to be someone they're not, or just lets you see the good side of them. I want you, because I'm a person. I'm not perfect. I am who I am, and I want to be that. I want to be honest about who I am. Maybe it's not the best strategy for trying to do this professionally, but if I have to lie about who I am to do something professionally, then I might as well just keep working retail. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm tired of it. I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. So I want somewhere I can just be me and just try and have some fun. And maybe y'all want to come along and have some fun with me, and maybe you don't. That's your choice. Um, but I do agree with her opinion that I've been cursing a bit too much, and I do think that it is in part a bit of a fake face in and of itself, because I tend to be rather insecure about the idea of people judging me, and so I sometimes act in certain ways sort of defensively. I don't know, maybe it's something like what I think people want to see. I don't know. But I'm going to try and tone it back a bit. I'm still going to curse, and there's still going to be some dark humor and some not safe for work, kind of not family friendly kind of humor. But I am going to try and tone it back a bit, and I might also try and get a bit more creative with my insults towards opponents in video games instead of just calling them bitch boy or fuck boy all the time. So there's that. Um, Also, as some of you who have been viewing may have noticed on the last couple of videos, in the comments, the developer of the game is watching. And so I do feel a little bit nervous about that, I'll admit. Like now I've got this, I have to try and straighten up a bit and have a bit more decency about me because, yeah. Uh, but it's not all bad. He's kind of we've been actually in communication. The game is not finished yet. It's almost finished. He's working on the final build right now, um, and there was some talk about me playtesting for him, but that kind of hasn't panned out yet, and I don't know whether it will or not. Because at the end of the day, I don't have a lot of free time because of the job I work and things like that. So, um, but he's made the comment that the just watching my playthrough is already helping him because my perspective on the game as just someone who is playing it rather than someone who's trying too hard to look for things or whatever is being helpful for him. So I'm glad to help in any way I can. Um, it's a great game. I love it. Um, Supposedly, the final build, the combat's going to be more challenging and more interesting. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Because yeah, I'll admit, you know, you may not you may not know it from my reactions sometimes. Um, I think that's partially because I am kind of overreacting a little bit. Again, nerves, and also because I keep I've kept expecting to run into like really difficult enemies, so I keep expecting them to be kicking my butt at some point, and they're not. And so I can very much agree that the combat does need to be buffed, I guess, a little bit, made a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. But either way, so there's that to look forward to. But again, the game is not totally complete. My plans with regards to that is that I'm going to play the game as it is now, the build that I'm playing, all the way through to the point where I can't play anymore. Then when he releases the final build, which should be probably sometime in the next few months, hopefully, um, I'm going to go ahead and get it, and I'm going to replay the game on my channel. I don't know if I'm going to replay the whole thing, or if I'm going to try and just do like a compilation video showing me getting back to the point where I left off. Um, the dev's advice was that I do replay it because the combat system's potentially going to be different enough that it could be rather jarring for you viewers coming in to a new video where I'm picking up where I left off and the combat's like totally different. Um, so I'm going to bear that in mind. I'm not going to just drop you into the middle of that, but I don't know if I want to replay the entire game on the channel from start to finish, or if, like I said, I want to do a compilation video. On which note, I have been looking into editing software. I have found one, Filmora, which I had heard about. I don't know whether I like it yet or not, though. Mainly because it advertised itself as free, but now that I'm in it, it's calling it a free trial, and that if I don't use like the premium version or whatever, there's going to be like watermarks and shit like that on videos that I make in it. And so I'm not sure I want to use that. I might just wind up saying to hell with it and trying to like find a relatively um, cheap one to get to do like a monthly subscription for. I think Adobe has one that's like $5 a month, which I should be able to afford. Um, I might try using Filmora on this video because, as you may have noticed, the beginning to this was rather rough with me just kind of jumping over here from OBS to this image. If you didn't notice that, it means I used Filmora and it worked. However, if there's an annoying watermark on this video, I won't be using Filmora again. Um, where was I? Right, editing software. I'm working on trying to look into that though. I'm gonna I'm gonna play around with Filmora and see if I like it. If I don't, then I might try and go to one of the others. I might try and find something I can use. And I've also ordered some stuff that I think is going to help the channel in the future. So that'll be useful. But again, it's liable to be a few months before the finished version of the game I'm currently playing comes out. And I don't know why I keep saying the game I'm currently playing. I should just say the name of the game. But the thing is that I'm like already getting close to the halfway point through Harmony Eclipsed, from what I've gathered. So um, I'm probably going to be done with it by maybe the first week of March. If I wind up with a couple extra days off this week and the power doesn't go out, I might be done with it before the week is out. So the future of the channel, specifically future games. I have a couple in mind that I have on Steam that my computer should be able to run just fine, because they're both older games, and one is not too. Neither of them are heavy on the graphics, and one's an indie game, and one is actually a AAA game, but it's a fucking old game. It's like a PS2 era game. It's an RPG. I don't want to spoil what they are. I kind of want that to be a bit of a surprise, but I will say one is an indie horror game, quote unquote. It is a horror game, but it doesn't really strike you as a horror game. And the other one is an old RPG. Uh, Mostly, it's like a top-down isometric kind of RPG that came out like on the PS2, the PC, long ago. I never got a chance to play it back in the day. I had looked into it though. And I really liked the idea of it. I watched some clips of it on YouTube way back. Obviously, this was after the time that it had originally come out, but I watched some clips of it and was like, "This looks amazing. This is hilarious," because it's got like a very comical, kind of satirical tone to it, which is very much up my alley. Like, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking, which I love. Um, but also just the setting in general, because it's supposed to be set in like a fantasy version of like Iron Age Britain, I think, or maybe Viking Age Britain. I can't remember exactly. I think it's Viking Age, because I think there are Vikings in the game. But the setting is also right up my alley as well. So um, I definitely want to try and play that, because when I got it, they did like a remastered version that they released on Steam, and I got the game, and I'd always wanted to play it, and I played like an hour of it, and then I didn't have time to really put into it. But I think doing a game on the channel is going to it'll make me keep going at it. It'll make me find the time to play it, because once I've started uploading it to the channel, that's like a promise kind of thing, I guess. That's like that's my job at that point. I have to finish the game. Now, obviously, if I lose total interest in a game, I'm probably not going to force myself to keep playing it, because that's kind of something I want to stay away from. That kind of thing is like the bane of creativity for me. I think it is for everyone, but I know for me, from personal experience, that forcing myself to do something I'm no longer interested in, or that I'm not enjoying, is not healthy for me. Um, but I think I'll enjoy this game. I've never had time to actually sit and properly play it, so I think it'll be an interesting one. And I do have quite the extensive Steam library as well. I have a lot of the old Telltale games on there, which I've played a few of them, obviously, but there's quite a few of them. So if you'd like to see any of those on the channel, you might mention it, because that would be something I could do. Even if I played the game before, I might do it on the channel as well. It won't be totally blind that way, but that way I can, it'll be something to put on the channel. Um, Again, it won't be totally blind, but it's been a while since I played any of them, so it won't be like fresh in my memory. But I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. Oh, with the cursing and the, wanting to tone that back, um, I recorded in bulk over my weekend, which I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's when I did my recording. That's when I will be doing my recording. Whenever I record, it'll always be on my weekend. I recorded in bulk, so I have up to episode 10 of Harmony Eclipsed recorded. So don't expect to see any changes in my behavior or anything like that until after that point. Um, but hopefully I'll be able to um, really improve the quality of the videos after that, between now and the time when the new recordings start being uploaded, um, or being recorded even, because I should be able to cover. I have enough videos. I should be able to cover up past my next weekend, up past my next chance to record. Again, provided the power doesn't go out. But again, if the power goes out, I won't be able to upload anyway, so it'll still be, a matter of, you know, I should still be able to have enough videos to upload even up past the point when I can next record. So after episode 10, that'll be the new recording session. That'll be my next recording session, is like episode 11 on down. And I'm hoping to be able to improve the quality and everything of the videos at that point. Like, I don't know much about editing. Let me rephrase that. I don't know whether I will be able to do much editing on them. I don't know anything about video editing. I'm wanting to try and learn, definitely, but I don't know anything about how to do it. So that's going to be kind of a learn as I go kind of thing, like some on-the-job training, I guess. But I am interested in learning it, and I want to play around and experiment with it if I can. Um, but first I need to find an editor I like, an editing software that I like. Let me rephrase that, and the time to be able to sit down and play around with it. I don't know. I might try and make some crappy little meme video or something. I don't know. I've got enough still images of things saved that I could probably do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, that's it. I need to try and come up with some kind of creative, unique outro, I guess. I can probably come up with something. I'm usually pretty good with things like that if I just take the time to think about it. But for now, just stare into the soulless, dead eyes of a retail worker dealing with a foolish customer that thinks that they know what they're talking about. Know that, if you've ever worked retail in your life, you know what Starlight is feeling right now, and take your hat off to her ability to stoically take it until she doesn't anymore, and then God help us all. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Ta-ta for now.